good morning, those of you who are tuning in right now. Welcome to Unity North and our morning stream. We're glad that you're with us this morning. Got a beautiful day in front of us, a beautiful day outwardly, and a beautiful day inwardly. We're going to get going here in about 3 minutes. I invite you to kick back, get your coffee, relax, and just settle in for the ride. It's going to open your heart and open your mind and open your spirit. Well, once again, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Unity North. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick. This is Reverend Averill Maynard, and we're delighted to welcome you into our hearts, into this space, and into this time. You know, there's a quote that we often use around here at Unity North, and that is the difference between adventure and adversity will always be your attitude. And so we're entering into this day with a new attitude. Averill, what's your attitude this morning that you're bringing to the room?
Relaxed and open.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to join you in that. Relaxed, open, peaceful, and all those great divine ideas. Today we're going to start with a song. That song is Your Truth is Your Truth is your truth. You get to have the attitude that you choose to bring into this day, and that is a truth. And so we're going to start with that song right now. Part for each and every one of you want to sing it. Your truth is your truth is your truth. If you believe that life's a bowl of cherries, that's your truth. You'll experience it. And if you believe it ain't nothing but a lemon, that's your truth. You'll experience it. Because your truth is your truth, is your truth, is your truth. Now that's your part, your truth is your truth. Sing that with me. Because your truth is your truth, is your truth, is your truth. I've no desire challenge your beliefs or start deciding who's right or wrong. I've no intention of questioning your creed or trying to make you fit into my box. If you believe that life is full of plenty, that's your truth, you'll experience it. And if you believe that God runs on empty, that's your truth, you'll experience it. Because your truth is your truth, is your truth, is your truth. Without ever knowing that affect the very air you breathe. Just take a look at what life is showing you and know it's just what you've decided it should be. If you believe someone else all your power, that's your truth, and you'll experience it. But if you believe you have choices every hour, that's your truth, and you'll experience it. Because your truth is your truth, is your truth, is your truth. You got one more of those? Come on now, sing it with me. Because your truth is your truth, 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 is your truth. So your truth is your truth, is your truth, is your truth. Let's go into a place of knowing truth for ourselves as we move into a place of prayer, a place of stillness, a place of truth.
I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and just steep in a moment of gratitude for that gift of love and joy that is the vibration in the song. Your truth is your truth, is your truth. Taking that vibration into your heart, the seat of the soul, the place of unfolding where we understand the truth of our nature as one and the same with the divine. And in that heart space, just for a moment, feel your connection to every other heart in this room, watching on the screens, and all around the globe. Just breathe that in for a moment. You are one with every other heart. There is no alone. You are supported and in love. And we offer gratitude for this knowing, this awakening, and this opportunity to commune with each other in the highest truth, the ultimate, the absolute truth. for this time together, we say, Amen, Amen, Amen.
Let's anchor. Let's anchor those beautiful words, those magnificent ideas, those truths of not just us, but all people. We shine a light. You know, this world now more than ever needs us, needs our consciousness, needs what we have to offer and what we bring to the arena of the human race. You know, we have candles that are here every single week. They are lit as a representation of the light that we are lighting, that we are kindling, that we are tending. And so I'm going to ask Wes and Sebastian to put the lyrics up there to this song. I invite you to continue that prayerful attitude as we sing these words. I shine the light is your commitment and your vow to be the light. I shine the light and all the darkness disappears. I shine the light and any sorrow that I've known begins to fade, and all I see and know is God. I am a light dispelling darkness. I am a light that heals any pain, and the sorrow of the world begins to fade in the light that I am. I have the power to shine through any problem. I shine the power in times when life seems dark. I am the power of the light that's everlasting. I am the light of God. I shine the light and all the darkness disappears. I shine the light and any sorrow that I've known begins to fade, and all I see and know is God. And all I see and know is God. And all I see and know is God. All we see and all that we know is a reflection of God, the one essence, the one power, the one presence, in, through, and around, and expressed as all creation. And so we adopt that attitude today. Just a few announcements before we get into the message today. I want to let you know there's a real opportunity that has been once again presented to us. And I want to ask you all, whether you be in Georgia, in California, Chicago, Florida, or New York, wherever you happen to be watching this, do you know a teen that is expressing difficult and stressful emotions? Maybe a lack of concentration, a difficulty with focus, irritability, anxiety, depression, anger, maybe not just the teen, that could be us. But the reality is this program is designed for teens. Unity North is partnering with Dr. Robin Oppenheim on her free, and I want to stress, free research study that's going to teach your teen new tools. The research project is called The Effects of Biointrinsic Transformational Therapy. Basically, in a nutshell, that's a lot of words to say, get your teen stress-free. Get your teen centered and grounded. Your teen will learn, if they sign up for this program, getting their brain and their heart in sync, recharging their inner battery, strategies for doing that, to think more clearly, to learn fun and easy ways to deal with stressful emotions. Being a teen these days is very stressful. They're going to get some schools, some schooling and some lessons and some tools in order to overcome that which teenagers deal with. She uses heart math, and many of us are familiar with heart math. Your teen is going to learn heart-focused breathing, quick coherence techniques, and inner ease techniques. How to power up in a world that's in chaos, how to be the grounded center. Everything that we're about in meditation and all the meditation practices that we have here. Robin would like to invite you all to a session on Tuesday night, August 18th. This is all free. So this does not come at a cost. It is training that comes free, and it's beneficial. It'll be a lifetime-changing experience. But on Tuesday night, August 18th at 7 o'clock, I invite you to join Dr. Robin for a free online demonstration and discussion to learn about these innovative and groundbreaking techniques and her research study. You can contact me at the church, and I'll get you in contact with Robin, or you can go to Robin, send her an email at Robin, ROBINOPP, robinopp@bellsouth.net. No matter where you are in the country, if you think that could be an advantage to a teen in your life, please connect immediately. Just want to let you know quickly about the streams that happen, the Zooms that are happening. Julie has hers this afternoon on Sunday. Brandy's leading her stream. That's continuing. Averill is leading meditation classes during the week. Mike Marinelli. There's still ways to plug in. I know we don't have a date yet, but we're getting closer and closer and closer. So keep connected with your community through all of these various activities. Not the least of which is Rumi in the Garden, the last Wednesday night of August. You got to sign up ahead of time. It's Rumi in the Garden, the poetry of Rumi and Hafiz, along with a Persian meal. And we'll be out in the back garden, and we'll just bathe in the beautiful Mother Earth and in the beautiful poetry of those two mystical poets. Right now, we're going to move into a message, and we pre-recorded this message. We are trying to find innovative ways to connect with you and to find new modalities to mix things up in our service. And so we're going to try a video today with the message. So open your heart and open your mind to this morning's message. Today, we start a 4-part series called Do You Have an Attitude? Well, of course, we know we all have an attitude. But the greater question, and the beginning of our series, is our topic for today. What is the altitude of your attitude? What is the vibration of your attitude? It's vitally, vitally important. So what if I told you all today that your life as you know it today, is not the product of your talents, your intellect, your education, or even your wealth? Think about that for a minute. What if I pushed even a little harder and I began to say that your life as you know it today is also not a byproduct of your body type, your history, or even your experiences? Now that gets a little bit more difficult to swallow, but just bear with me. What if I even pushed against unity teachings and I said that there is a greater cause to your life than just your thoughts? Now I know I'm meddling right now, but it's important to bear with me. How would you feel today if I told you that you are not the byproduct of even your hard efforts and work? Now all these things that I've mentioned are vitally, vitally important. They play a role, and they must be considered when asking for change in our lives and asking for change in the greater picture of the world. But there's something deeper going on, something that is essential. The questions themselves probably expose that depth, that need to go deeper. So what might be your attitude about what I've just said? You could be offended. You could be defensive. It happens. You could be hurt at depth. You could be challenged. Now, you could have no reaction whatsoever, or you could cop an attitude with me. How in the world could the minister be so insensitive to say these things, especially with all the tension that's going on in the world today? But I'm asking you to join me in thinking before you choose your response. Pause before you choose your attitude, because the attitude is a reflection of consciousness. A consciousness that is determining your current reality. Now we understand and know in unity that all life is nothing more than the effect of an attitude founded in the cause of your consciousness. Unity tells us that. We learn it in our classes, that life is consciousness. Absolutely true. But there's a very, very important bridge between life and consciousness. A bridge that has the power to affect both places, both poles. Here's my theory. We have consciousness, we have life, and in between is attitude. An interconnected reality, a coexistent continuum of creation and of existence. An attitude is affecting, of course, the kind of life that you are having, that you're experiencing. But it also is affecting the kind of mindset that you are holding and that you have accepted as your life, your consciousness. Now, can attitude change consciousness? I know a lot of people that would say absolutely not. But me personally, I have seen first-hand evidence to the contrary. What came first? The chicken or the egg? Consciousness or attitude? And here's the reality. I don't even care which one came first, because they are all intricately connected and inseparable. The whole continuum is affected by the individual parts, the individual components. There's an energy being shifted from one to the other. Now, if you can't control the subconscious mind because you don't know what's in there, that's a very real thing, fine. Then feed it new information through a consistent attitude. A consistent attitude that you choose. And if you don't like the life that you have right now, then feed it new information through a consistent attitude. You see, we understand the truth. You grow what you feed. So with my statements and my comments, what were you feeding when you heard them? You know, it's difficult. I get it. It's very difficult to know what lies beneath the surface in the shadows of the subconscious mind. And we know that that subconscious mind is absolutely driving the larger percentage of our individual worlds and our collective world. But one way I know to explore the depths of mind is by examining the evidence of what's in there. And attitude is clear, undeniable evidence. So was there any power in the statements that I made? Any power at all in the questions that I asked you earlier? None. None whatsoever. Unless you copped an attitude that gave the power away to those questions and to the person who was asking those questions. All the power lies within you unless you give it away. Was there any power in maybe a degree of harshness of what I said? Or did the power reside solely in the attitude of your reaction? You know, that statement, that truth in of itself is kind of a bitter pill to swallow. But your reaction, it's very informative evidence of what's going on beneath the surface. You know, we've all heard the old adage, the truth is going to set you free. Oh, but first it's really going to tick you off. With what's being said in the world today and all of the tension that's in the world today, there's a lot of us that are getting ticked off with the truth that's being thrown up in our faces. But it's important to recognize that the altitude or the vibration of your attitude, your reaction, is pointing to where healing is needed. And that vibration and that attitude is, in of itself, pretty good medicine if we can sit in the uncomfortableness. There's a lot of uncomfortableness going on. And the only place we can truly affect is our reaction, because we're adding fuel to a fire, to the light or to the darkness. You see, the altitude of your attitude, my attitude, points to where my subconscious patterns need nurturing, or perhaps where some cleanup work is needed. It's information, that's all. Information that is also fairly adept at cleaning the mental house. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, I have seen mediocre talents, mediocre intellects rise to the top through their attitude only. I've seen less than perfect athletic bodies achieve incredible greatness in sports by having the right attitude. I've witnessed musicians with less than innate skills absolutely play circles around me on the piano because of their attitude. I've also witnessed people who were hired for a job without any experience, without the education, because their attitude is what opened up the door. Their attitude alone. It's important. I've also seen incredibly difficult circumstances transformed through no external means whatsoever, but only through the owning, the shifting, the claiming of an attitude that rose above those circumstances and any subconscious belief or cultural bias. Now that's important that we look at that. There's a lot going on in the world today, and I want to be really clear. It doesn't mean we don't talk about what is up. That is necessary. But the attitude we bring to the dialogue is vitally important. The attitude behind our dialogues and our discussions must be examined before we look at things like white privilege. before we look at things as the validity to any science that we happen to be looking at, what is the attitude? Make sure you ask that question first. Khalil Gibran, the great poet, he says this: your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. Breathe that in for a moment. Really important. We, all of us, we are created in the image and after the likeness of God, the ultimate and only reality. That means within our hands is the greatest power known to humankind, and that is the power to choose. We get to choose the point of view, the frame of mind, the perspective, the focus, the approach, the interpretation. We get to choose our feelings and the stance that is solely and completely our responsibility. So let me ask you a couple more tough questions and see how you respond. Is the attitude that you are inviting into your field, that you're carrying, one of being a victim or one of being a victor? Is the attitude you hold one of resistance or one of embrace? Are you holding an attitude and allowing an attitude of need and lack or one of prosperity? One of opportunity or oppression? An attitude of gratitude or one of drudgery? It's the question that you're asking every morning, or the statement that you're making every morning. Good morning, God. Or good God, it's morning. That simple moment in time is determining what kind of day you're going to have thereafter. Is the attitude that you own one of pity or perseverance? It doesn't mean you deny that you've had an experience, but it's a mindset that says you're not defined by it. Is it all about me or all about us? Is the attitude one of what can I get or what can I bring? An attitude that says life is for me or life is against me. I'll remind you, change the attitude, change the consciousness. Change the attitude, change the experience. That continuum. That attitude in the center is what's changing all of it. We read in St. Paul's letter to the people of Philippi, chapter 2 of Philippians, verse 14 and 15. Do all things without grumbling or questioning, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world. That's a clear teaching to me, a clear teaching of attitude that has the ability to rise above crooked and twisted experience. An attitude that is more powerful than history. An attitude that is more powerful than circumstances. That attitude is where the presence of God is living. Jesus, our great way shower and elder brother, in his most magnificent teaching, the Sermon on the Mount, he offered us a prescription for life that began with the Beatitudes. The Be-attitudes. The attitudes that will get you ahead in life. And those Beatitudes are often misinterpreted. They're easily done so. Dr. Rocco Errico is my go-to for more accurate translations. Much closer to the original Aramaic meaning, the original meaning that Jesus intended. Each week over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to take one of those Beatitudes and dig it down deeper. And I invite you to dig it down there with me as well. The Beatitude number 1 says, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I want to offer you Dr. Errico's more poetic interpretation, one that speaks more about Jesus' heart than a king or a ruler who gave that interpretation. But take these beautiful words in. This is what was meant by Jesus. Delighted are those who surrender to God, because heaven's sovereign counsel belongs to them. Co-joined with the designs of buoyant joy are those who see each moment anew through an infusion of devotional volition, thereby rendering the conditions for impending splendor and ending the specter of projected expectations. I want to hear that one again. ending the specter of projected expectations, the ghosts of your consciousness, the ghost of your history, the ghost of any experience. The attitude elevates it, elevates you and the experience. We continue. The unassuming are gratified with the gift of existence and do not grow attached to status or dependence on an afterlife for happiness. Happy and aligned with the One are those who find their home in the breathing. To them belong the inner kingdom and the inner queendom. You know what? It's easy to see Jesus had an attitude. Jesus had an attitude, but it's an attitude I want to adopt. An attitude that didn't shy away from confronting what needed to be confronted, from saying what needed to be said to change the paradigm of the moment, but he brought a consciousness of love and peace and possibility. The attitude was one of love, of peace, and of possibility. You see, strength and love can and do and must exist in the same field at the same time, and that will inform our attitude. But Jesus had an attitude that created a consciousness and thus an experience of heaven. And he transcended old thought, old circumstances, and the conditions of the moment. An attitude that absolutely, if we can adopt it, will prosper all of us in every area of our lives, period. It will make you wiser, an attitude that will make you richer, smarter, more fulfilled, an attitude that will allow you to remain awake and aware and will make a way out of no way. It's going to get you the job that you're looking for. It's going to help your body achieve more. It's going to vanquish any supposed enemies. It's going to help you overcome any and all circumstances. And it's going to create a stairway to higher possibility, to the realm of heaven, no matter how dark it might be. In the field of our world as we know it today, with quarantines and virus and racial injustice going on, the attitude we bring to the discussion and the dialogue is vitally important. Your words are going to be informed by your attitude first and foremost. Your actions will be motivated by your attitude. Opportunities will be created by your attitude. And your relationships, good, bad, or otherwise, are going to be directed by your attitude. Your experience of life, every square inch of your life, is a reflection of your attitude. It all starts right there. And let the attitude point you in the direction of shifting consciousness and shifting the experience. Guess what? Your attitude is the common denominator to everything in your life. You know, Unity teaches us and says this phrase all the time: change your thinking, change your life. I'm saying, let's be more specific about it. Change your attitude, change your life. Because the process of change begins with what is the attitude that I'm bringing to the table. It's not your words or your beliefs that will turn a problem into a possibility. It's your attitude, directing those words, those thoughts, and those beliefs. And guess what? People are responding to your attitude, to that which is behind the words, and you have the ability to change the environment. Now, we all have examples. We know the people that can walk into a room and absolutely suck the life out of the environment. We also know people who can come into a room and instantly make it a brighter place. They bring an air, an aura, an attitude that shifts the energy. Now, that shifting is good or bad, but it happens before a word has ever been spoken, before a belief system has ever been revealed, before an action has been taken, before anything happens in an interactive way. The attitude is already shifting the vibration. The altitude is being raised. If you walk into a room looking for a reason to be offended, I guarantee you, you're going to find it. If you walk into a room looking for a reason to be a victim, to feel small, you're going to find it. In fact, let me be so bold to say that you created the experience before you even stepped into the room. Yes, there is injustice in this world. Yes, there is pain in the world. But the attitude that you're walking into the room with is determining if healing is a possibility. It's determining if the change in the paradigm is even a possibility. If you're coming in with an attitude of fight and aggression and bad and evil and wrong and I'm against you, even if I can be against your idea, if I am holding an attitude that I'm against you and you're an evil person, don't even bother walking into the room. And what I do know is if you walk into a room looking for more light, looking to bring light, looking to find light, looking to create possibility, you're going to experience a much brighter room. I know that by right of what I have proven in my own life and the people in my life who have also proven it. I'm saying walk into the room with an attitude of appreciation, an attitude of expectation, exhilaration, and one of manifestation as a new paradigm emerges. And then you become the game changer. You become the room changer. Let's get real with each other here. Combative politics is absolutely in the proverbial room. Quarantines are in the proverbial room. Racial tension, inequality, and injustice, it's in the room. And arguments, debates, opinions, and bad behaviors are all in the room. Some of it that it came into the room from centuries past. Some of it that came into the room from something that happened 30 seconds ago. But I want you to know today that you are also in that proverbial room. You're entering it every time you wake up. Good God, it's morning, or good morning, God. And whether you like it or not, you are in the room. Choose your attitude well, because you are either adding to the darkness or you're adding to the light. You have the ability to shift the whole room, no matter how big or small that room might be. That's how powerful you are. So what is your attitude when I say things like Black Lives Matter? Or your attitude when I raise my hand in solidarity? Is that an energy that you want to hold? Your reaction to me and the attitude you have in reaction to me? Is it an energy that's going to shift anything? Or is it going to perpetuate something? Is it an energy that heals? Or at the very least moves in the direction of healing? What if I say today, and I'm going to say it, all lives matter? There's a reaction. What is the attitude there? The same questions I'm going to ask you about the attitude and the altitude of your attitude that you're holding. It's all in the proverbial room. And your attitude is kind of important to the whole. The room of the collective human consciousness. The room of humanity. Are you bringing an attitude of arrogance, self-righteousness, or are you bringing an attitude of understanding and an attitude of harmony? What about when I say the word conservative? If you have a physical reaction when I say conservative, there's an attitude that needs to be adjusted. And that attitude will shift a consciousness. It may even shift a history. What if I say the word liberal? Again, there's a reaction. There's an attitude to it. What is the altitude of that attitude? What if I say masks or no masks? Is that an attitude that divides or unites? The power does not lie within my words. It does not lie within my statements. It does not lie within what I'm saying or doing, regardless of the consciousness at a high vibration or lower. You get to be the one that changes the room by elevating that vibration and understanding that what you're about to do and say and form by your attitude is either going to cause a fight or it's going to open up a field and a possibility for understanding. Is what you are holding in any moment the attitude that Jesus counseled us to have? One that creates, as the quote said, buoyant joy each moment through an infusion of devotional volition, thereby rendering the conditions for impending splendor. What are you infusing into the room, into the moment, into the family, into the work environment, into the collective consciousness? I don't know about you, but that's a beatitude that I want, one of impending splendor. An infusion of devotional volition because I am purposeful and intentional about what I am bringing into the room. That kind of attitude is one that will heal injustice much more than fight and combativeness. It will heal political and racial divides. It will bring unity. The attitude will take petty arguments and instead bring about the impending splendor and the buoyant joy that we all desire. So I put some questions out there. And I hope that maybe I've caused you to think just a little bit about the attitude and the importance of that attitude. For the next 4 weeks, we're going to talk about our attitude in regards to ourselves, our attitude in regards to others, or to the human condition, all kinds of things. I invite you to take this journey with all of us, but to allow yourself to be vulnerable and humble and to think at depth. I'll leave you with a final thought from one of my heroes, Viktor Frankl. Everything can be taken from a man or a woman, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Choose wisely. Namaste. And so we move into a time of meditation to take those words, to enter the consciousness and the attitude and the space of April, to ground us in truth, to allow us to cleanse whatever needs to be cleansed, taking full responsibility with these words: as I think, so shall it be. As I know, so shall I see. As I feel, I am set free. God does great work through and as me. Together let us sing. As I think, so shall it be. As I know, so shall I see. As I feel, I am set free. God does great work through me. Together, as I think, so shall it be. As I know, so shall I see. As I feel, I am set free. God does great work through me.
Once again, I invite you to close your outer eyes and adopt a comfortable position. If you're sitting, sit tall and well. Feel your feet grounding into the floor and your head gently stretching up to the sky. You're supported by the chair. Even though you're sitting well and mindfully, there's an element of surrendering, of softened edges. Allow the chair to do the work for you. Letting the body remain in this space of stillness, of effortlessness. Bring your attention now to your breath. Notice the transition. The breath was there all along, but now you're attending to it. Taking long, slow, mindful breaths. Perhaps doing some belly or diaphragmatic breathing. Stretching out the exhalations, letting them linger. One breath like liquid, silently dissolving into the next. And then we cross another threshold, moving inwardly further to the energetic body. Exhaling from the top of the head down to the base of the spine. And inhaling as if from the base of the spine to the top of the head, as if you were breathing longitudinally, vertically along a straw. Exhaling as if from the top of the head to the base of the spine, noticing the sensations you feel. And inhaling back up at your own pace. Now, hopefully, a little more centered, bring your awareness to your heart. And let your attention settle deep into that space, right in the very center of your physical chest. And in that space, together, we practice a little Tonglen, a Buddhist technique where we are the carbon filter. We are the balm and the ointment for the world. We help the world have a new attitude. As you breathe in, and this may feel counterintuitive, I want you to fearlessly draw in the anger that we know exists in the world. Breathe it in. Heal it. Hold it like a crying child. Exhale out peace, the attitude of peace from your heart. Breathe in judgment. You're strong. You can do this. Don't turn away from it. Breathe out inclusion, tolerance, acceptance, collaboration, oneness. Breathe in racism. Breathe out unity. Breathe in anything that does not serve us. Breathe out joy. Breathe out gratitude, the highest altitude of attitudes. Feel that enlivened energy all around you. You are the change. You are the world that you want to see. And for a few delicious moments, remain in the space that you have created. You are the silence at the center of consciousness. You are the joy. You are the gratitude. You are the openness. You are the fearlessness. You are the patience. Bring that back with you as you gently open your eyes.
As I think, so shall it be. As I know, so shall I see. As I feel, I am set free. God does great work through me. And so we let it be. And so shall it be. Thank you again, Averill. Beautiful, beautiful meditation as always. If the concepts that we have shared here today have value to you, I'm going to invite you to do a couple of things. One is to express your gratitude for what has been shared here and to have an attitude of prosperity. To have a mindset that says God is the source of all creation. You've been very generous, and we put an extra call out last week, and you really came through, and I want to say thank you. First of all, thank you, God, and thank you, God, doing business as this congregation. I invite you to stay in that flow, to be in that proving attitude, and to know that we cannot outgive the universe. And that attitude is going to be creating prosperity for all of us. You can text to give. That, I'm sure, is on your screen right now. You can go to Facebook and hit the donate button. Both very simple ways to do it. Or you can do as many congregants are doing and just mail a check in to say, I'm with you. I may not be with you in the room or in the space, but I'm with you in prayer and intention and in truth and in spirit. And that's the attitude that I want to express. And so I thank you for your generosity. I thank you for the good that you bring to this community, the light that you bring to this community, and the attitude that you bring to Unity North Atlanta, because one moment together at a time, we are absolutely transforming the world. And the energy that I want to bring as we close our time together today is this song. It's written by Michael Byers, a friend I've had for many, many years. I haven't seen him for many years, but his music just absolutely speaks to me. And this one is called One Human Family. Let it be your prayer as we part ways today. I heard somebody say you never should trust people outside of your family, for they will only make you cry. Stay with the ones who love you and kiss the others goodbye. But I say no, that's not the way the world was meant to be. I know, 'cause in the eyes of every face I see, we are all one human family, part of the same tapestry. Don't let them tell you differently. One human family. We're wishing on the same stars and beating with the same hearts, finding out who we are and finding out we are free. I heard some people say the troubles of others, they're so many miles away. There isn't anything we can do. We have enough problems here of our own to struggle through. But how long can we go on pretending we don't care? Before too long, we'll have to face it. There ain't no here or over there. We are one human family, part of the same tapestry. Don't let them tell you differently. One human family. We're wishing on the same stars and beating with the same heart, not countries, corporate statements. We're not buildings, we're people. Don't let them tell ya, don't let them sell ya. Look around, we are people. Take a rocket into space, look back down and you'll find there just one planet that's inhabited by just one humankind. We're one human family, part of the same tapestry. Don't let them tell you differently. One human family. We're wishing on the same star and beating with the same heart, finding out who we are and longing to be free. One human family, and we are longing to be free. One human family. Folks, we belong to each other. Let that be the attitude that we bring to the table, that we bring into the room, that we offer humanity. Have a wonderful and blessed, magnificent week. Avery, I want to give you a chance to just say anything that might be on your heart before we leave.
If we have an attitude that I'm being so positive, I'm doing all these affirmations, and I'm meditating regularly, but it's not happening for me yet, we're still missing the point. It's about being with this attitude organically and in the moment and with patience.
Well, let's see how we do this week and over the next 4 weeks as we examine whatever attitude happens to be in our heart, in our mind. I invite you to join us as a family, one human family, over the next 4 weeks as we take self-inventory and we begin the process of changing the world one thought, one idea, one attitude at a time. Have a blessed and beautiful week. One human family. We're part of the same tapestry. Don't let them tell you differently. One human family. We're wishing on the same star and beating with the same heart, finding out who we are and longing to be free. Have a wonderful week of freedom, of joy, and all that is good and holy. Namaste.